Let's talk some Bentley baseball today with one of the best hitters in the Northeast 10 and one of the best young hitters in the Northeast 10 as well. He's just a sophomore from the Falcons. Brendan Sencaj joins us. First off, congrats on your season. What has clicked for you here in 2025?
Honestly, just everything that I've been working for this past off season. Last year I took a lot of things that I kind of struggled with, that I talked about with my coaches, and I honed in on them in the off season, and I worked with a lot of my teammates too, and that's helped a lot. So, kind of learning from last year and applying what I've learned this year has really helped a lot.
What have you learned? What'd you work on?
A lot of my problems with hitting was my high fastball and my two strike approach. So working on those has allowed me to not only strike out less, even though the numbers match that I striked out the same amount this year. Um, I feel like it's really helped me out a lot. And also recognizing off-speed pitches earlier in the counts and stuff like that has allowed me to take better swings at certain times and, not get myself into certain situations that I'm not like, I guess the most comfortable in, but now I'm more comfortable.
Here's the thing, you can strike out just as much as long as your batting average is 100 points higher. Uh, have you been impressed at how much of a difference you've seen statistically at least?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting this kind of jump, and we still have 9 games left plus playoffs, so I'm definitely gonna do everything I can to keep this stretch going for my team. But I was definitely shocked by how much of a jump it was, but I can't say I'm not happy with it.
When did you realize it? Like, was there a point early in the season where things looked different, things felt different?
Yeah, so I started off really hot at the start of the year, and then I kind of cooled down a little bit, and I figured that I was gonna kind of plateau there, and I kind of just started picking it up again, which has been awesome. But being able to maintain it has been what's the most surprising to me because that kind of jump for me. Obviously, I wasn't expecting it, but I also wasn't expecting to maintain it, and so starting strong from the start of the season has really helped me as like a baseline to keep the numbers up.
There's that like old cliche that people go through sophomore slumps and all of that. Like the second year is just harder. Why for you has the second year been better? Like, what was it about the way that you approached it, or being constructive with what you learned last year that you've had the trajectory that you've had?
So it's actually funny you say that. One of the main conversations I had with my coaches was that I did not want to have the sophomore slump. We actually talked about that before the season, and us honing in on that and making sure that didn't happen was probably the key to this. So that's kind of been a mindset of mine, and like one of my main goals is to not slump this season, and allowing me to move on past bad games or bad at bats has been a real big thing for me because last year. I wasn't the best at that, and I would kind of let that stay in my mind, and that would screw me over for future games or at bats. Like last year, the last couple of weeks of the season, I slumped for like 2 or 3 weeks, and that kind of destroyed my numbers. But this year, I've allowed myself like mentally to be able to move past that stuff, and that's definitely helped a lot.
Um, what's your most memorable game this year? Because I feel like every time Bentley's had like some sort of awesome comeback or great finish, you're always in the middle of it. What sticks out to you as what's been the most fun?
Probably the Georgian court game. That game I broke a couple records and tied some records, so that was pretty cool. And it was also in Florida, which was really nice weather. There's not really any other game that really compares to that.
You had 3 home runs that day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
tell me about it.
Well, it was down at Lynn University. The wind was blowing out, so that definitely helped a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it was just on that day. I had 3 home runs and couple. I also had a triple and then couple RBIs, which is nice. But I guess everything that day was just clicking, and it really worked out.
One of the other things in your development is that you had a really good summer after your freshman year. You played for the Brockton Rocks. I want to ask you about your summer experience, but also you were teammates with D'Angelo Ortiz. So, did you meet Big Poppy?
I did not, unfortunately. But it was a great summer. It was really fun. Playing that many games was definitely tolling. I think we had only Mondays off, which was definitely a wake up call for me this past summer, and I couldn't work, which made it really hard. But it was a lot of fun. You get to travel with the guys everywhere. You really got close to them. That was one thing I wasn't expecting. Was this summer I actually one of my I guess I consider a really close friend, Sebastian Mexico down at LA Tech, who he's also killing it. But I talked to him almost like every day, and I didn't even know who he was before the summer. So that was a lot of fun. And obviously, you don't play all 60 games. So when you're not playing, you get to just have fun on the bench with the guys. And then when you are playing, it's like super relaxed and it's a lot of fun.
You feel like a ball player, like you're playing in stadiums, right? Like that's a good ballpark down there.
Yeah, the Brockton Rock Stadium didn't get too filled, but we opened up in Vermont, and I think there was around 5 to 6 thousand fans, and it was pretty insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the goal for you? If this was your first jump, what do you want baseball to do for you?
Uh, I don't really know. I mean, obviously, keep getting better would be the main goal, and then just see where it goes from there. God has a plan for me, so whatever He wants me to do is what's going to happen. And this summer, I'm playing for the Sanford Mainers, or that's the plan right now. So obviously, it's a step in the right direction, and then we'll see what happens from there.
NECBL, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good spot to be.
thank you.
Um, what'd you look up? Like, who'd you look up to, baseball wise, growing up? What was your fandom? Who did you kind of idolize as a kid?
Um, Mookie Betts was mainly one of was probably my favorite player, and Xander Bogaerts. So that was two heartbreaking trades. I actually got Bogart's jersey the year before he left too, which is just really broke my heart. But yeah, I loved watching them both. I actually grew up playing shortstop, so Xander was perfect for that. And then I moved to third base, and then obviously now I play outfield. So I've been everywhere around the diamond, and so kind of just watching them, how they hit, how they field, how they hold themselves and handle everything has been really what I've idolized.
What do you like best defensively? Is there a spot where you felt most at home?
I find center field the most fun, but honestly, I'm really comfortable at first base and the outfield. I don't really see a real difference. I mean, obviously, if you hear center field and first base, you kind of like, what? It's not really a position that goes together.
Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, yeah. That's perfect then. But yeah, a lot of times when I'm at first base, some of the guys that I played last year against other teams ask me like, "Weren't you in center field last year?" I was like, "Yeah." It's kind of like one of those conversations that you get to laugh about.
How many gloves do you have?
I have four, two first baseman mitts, one that I don't use anymore, an outfielder glove, and an infielder's glove.
That's that's awesome. That's a big bag that you've got to lug around all the time.
Yeah.
What's your major at Bentley?
Right now, I'm going to be a finance major with a minor in accounting and either a minor in law or a minor in entrepreneurship. I'm not sure which one for that one yet.
Why's Bentley been the right? I mean, silly question based on that field of study, but why's Bentley been the right fit for you?
Coming in, I had a lot of confidence, and I feel like I had a great relationship with my coach through the recruiting process. And for me, that was a big thing because with COVID, it was kind of hard to make a relationship with the coach. So I think that during the recruiting process was huge because I had a couple other colleges, but the coach would kind of semi-show interest, but nothing like Coach Hill did. And I think that was huge for me. But also the guys here, I've kind of glued to them, and it's been great. Obviously, this is great education, and I can't really pass it up. And I had an opportunity last year to start, and I made the best of it, and I've kind of just kept going with it, and it's been great.
Best pronunciation of your name has been what?
Oh, so I think in like third grade, my superintendent switched the J and the C, and they pronounced it Senjak, which I don't know how that's possible. But my favorite one is Sensei, which is what I always get, and that's usually what people call me.
That's awesome. I mean, that's not a bad one. Like that's if they're
Now,
gonna get it wrong, that's a good way to go.
yeah.
Brendan, congrats on the season so far. Best of luck as you guys head into the postseason, and excited to watch what you do over the next couple of years.
Thank you. I appreciate it.